Watcher folks, 965 here, and today we are heading to Brycheiniog mountain. It's a bit hard to see it at the moment because it's shrouded in the clouds and the mist, but you can just make out those sort of grey areas there. That is the slopes of the mountain. So we're right at the start of the journey, and we're just going to follow this sort of flattened piece of grass. The ground is already pretty waterlogged at this point, so you've got to watch your step, but this little stream in front of me is basically what we're going to follow up to the lake at the bottom of the mountain. And there is a kind of track that you can follow, and if you keep the stream on your right hand side, then you won't go too far wrong. So we're making reasonable progress, and you can see why I like these places. It's just an expanse of nothing, and it's about 7 AM, so there's no one around. Zooming in there, you can just make out the road, which is where I started from, and this is where we're actually heading to. And you might think that that's the top, but it's our favourite, the false summit, and the clouds actually have the true destination completely hidden at this point. So if you've never been to this location before, you would be completely forgiven for thinking you were nearly at the top, but as you come over the ridge, you're greeted with the mountain itself. That's Brycheiniog right in the middle of the shot, the slightly curved top, with Van Val being the pointy edge of the ridge. Now it's worth noting that the ground on the approach to Llanna Van Vawr, the lake at the bottom of Van B, is really boggy and waterlogged, so take care where you step. I was being careful, and I was checking the ground, prodding it with my stick, looking for the firmness and when it was wet, the depth. But there was one point where I forgot to, and as I stepped on this one patch, I went straight in and it was thigh deep. You can see by the light and dark on my trousers how far in I went. I actually had to use my super selfie stick to get out, and I'll be quite honest with you, it really caught me by surprise. It was just so unexpected. I had that big pack on as well, so you know it could have been a lot worse, but thankfully we got out and we did get dried off.
Made it to the lake, and got some biscuits and a brew. Oh, that's roasting. Tell you what, it's strong as well. It's been brewing in the flask for 3 hours. Oh, what a cracking place.
So this is what we refer to as the staircase of death. Some of the steps you have to take are quite large, and having short legs, it makes it that bit more of a challenge. But the views up here are spectacular. Okay, so there's the view of the lake from up on the top ridge, and we're nearly there. So that thing that you can see sticking up ahead is the cairn on the top of Van B. It's a round in shape, and it's quite a good shelter. It does, however, from memory, stink, as I think people often go in there for a pee. Although it does indicate that you are at the top pretty much, or the top is in sight, should we say. And yeah, I just kept stopping to take in the views. I'd kind of forgotten, you know, how amazing the views were from the top of the mountains. And yeah, on that day it was quite literally breathtaking because the wind was so strong. But you can see for miles, miles and miles and miles. I really would recommend it if you like the outdoors. And there's the trig. It's hidden from sight until you come round the corner of the cairn thingamajigger. Yeah, that's us pretty much made it. The top of Van Brycheiniog is 802 metres ASL. It's about I think it's 2,600 feet in old money. And I did actually forget not to go in the shelter because of the smell. I think purely because it was so windy that you couldn't smell a damn thing, and obviously I hadn't been up there for so long. But yeah, if you do duck down inside there, actually you don't even know it's windy up there often. It completely blocks out the wind. So yeah, there we go. Made it to the top. I was in two minds about halfway up. I honestly didn't know if I was going to make it to the top. But I'm really glad I pushed myself, and I'm really glad that I, cracked on with it, because it's worthwhile. If you can get to the top, it's a good achievement. And for not having been up there for about a year and a half, I was feeling pretty pleased. And the compulsory touch of the trig point, just to prove you made it.
Right then, folks. I'm not on the external mic this time, so hopefully you can hear all this. We've come down off the top now. It's about 2:30, 2:45. Yeah, I was calling out on a PMR, but trouble is I was just hearing so much up there. Farmers and walkers, and there was a group of elderly people up there as well. So they were all on the same channel. I did tell Stuart 1837 that I was on Channel 8, but I couldn't get anything on Facebook, so I did call for him a couple of times just in case, but it's a big ask with him being in Hampshire, even from up there. So we just stopped on the way down next to the waterfalls. There's one right there, and there's one just there. So it's quite a pleasant place to stop as it goes. And of course, got a brew on. I think if anyone ever asked me what's the one thing you do the most in your life, it's got to be drink tea. I'm just enjoying it. It's just so, well, it's quiet here. The military are up there now. They're doing circuits. They're going up one side, all the way across the top, back down the other side, round the bottom of the lake, and then back up again. So yeah, it's getting a little bit busy up there for my liking now, but it was nice this morning. So yeah, so that's basically Van Brycheiniog. What I want to try and get out and do is one a week. It's not always possible with work and with the old man, but that's the aim. At least one good, decent sized top a week. And if I can squeeze any in between, like little ones, you know, like say Beacon Batch or Dunkery Beacon or any of the others, none come to mind at the moment, but some of the smaller ones that don't require quite so much effort or anywhere near as much effort, I really need to get myself back in shape. Not that I was ever in shape before. I've always been a bit of a plodder and a bit of a dawdler. I've always said that I'm built for comfort and not for speed. That's just the way it is, you know. Some people are built to do certain things and other people are built to do other things, and I'm built to do other things. So we shall see how it goes, but yeah, I would like to get back out to it. We're going to try and get back on the radio as well for the nets. Yeah, so it's all good so far. Apart from getting, you know, nearly balls deep in the bog this morning. Other than that, it was grand. So I'm going to have my brew. I've got some rolls there as well to finish off, so I'm going to scoff them down. And then when I get back to the car, I've got enough brew left in my flask there. So I have one at the car with some biscuits. And that's job done. So I should probably sign off here unless there's anything else to mention. I don't think there will be. It's a bit of a short hop now to the car, so we'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.